Welcome, everybody, to the best betting show ever. I'm Lawrence Presman. I'm back from a few-week vacation. Art DeCesar and Joe Ranieri joining today. We've got bets to give out. We've got money to make. Let's get right into it. How are you, boys? Obviously, you didn't miss me. What's going on, Art?
No, but listen, Prez, it's nice to have the band back together. I will say this, during your little hiatus, we hit a couple of parlays of the day, which was nice. Yeah, we had a nice little run. Carmine was coming in hot with those plus money, pieces of the parlay today. So it was good, man. It was fun with all the World Cup. And now, listen, we could start to turn our attention to real football, American football.
Well, let's not call it real football. It is one of the singular dumbest named sports in history, given that there's no foot involved. Art DeCesar, let's start right with the World Cup. How did you guys do on a whole and on that incredible showcase of the world's most incredible game? The fifth 0-0 game in 6 finals. Kudos to you, soccer. How did you do, Art?
Yeah, I mean, listen, on Friday's show, I had mentioned to Joe that for the third place game, we were going to book to need the over. We were like the first to go to 3.5. We were begging people to bet the under.
You were short.
So yeah, of course, right? So, and then by the time the game kicked off, everyone was at 3.5, but we were taking that money all, week. And then we booked to need Spain. We felt Spain was the better team. Spain would win the game. So, we were giving out, plus 150 on Argentina to lift the cup, where there was like basically a lot of plus 140s out there, plus 145s. So it was a good result for us. We were set up well the whole tournament on the future book because all these top teams were going through. No matter who won, we would have won there. So it was a really good end to the World Cup for us.
Excellent, Joe.
Yeah, glad it's over. So we can actually.
I'm with you.
I'm with. Glad it's over there. Team USA got smoked after that. Most people lost interest. What did you think of the halftime show? Did you see any of that, Press?
Well, that would be a no, Joe. I don't watch halftime shows in any sport. I was on Delta flying back from Utah, and they had live television, so I was able to watch the game.
Really?
Up in the air. That is correct. So that made it easy to watch. But I got to tell you something. It's bordering on impossible to watch. Like, I don't care how exciting a 6-4 soccer game might be. It's paint dry. Like, Spain is not good for soccer. They play this keep away game where they just basically keep kicking the ball backwards until they run out of room. Then they kick it to the side and then the other side. Then they move it up 3 feet and go backwards again. I don't get it. I don't understand what people see in the sport. I played it all my life. It was the sport I was best at. Playing soccer is fun, but I don't get it, guys. I don't get it.
Yeah. Well, the only good thing about that sport is the 9 million different markets you got, Art, I guess, in order to be able to play it. Other than that, watching it is brutal, to say the least.
Yeah, 0-0. Yeah. Almost every single finals is 0-0, Art. Did you offer that bet, and did people take it?
Well, yeah, when you offer an exact score market, obviously you're going to have, basically all these scenarios, what the final score could be. And the final score, that is after the 90-minute plus stoppage time. Extra time is its own separate deal. So to have Spain and Argentina 0-0, I think we were offering 9-2 on that.
Yeah.
Plus 450. Not a lot of value on plus 450.
No.
I mean, listen, it's still plus money, but that was the lowest. Everything else was basically double digits. Everything else was 8-1 and higher for the most part. So Spain, Argentina at 0-0 when you're offering that in the exact score market. But you're right, Joe. It's the only wonderful thing about the World Cup is it helps during the summer because business can be slow and you're really just dealing with baseball.
Yep.
And you have a million markets you really can put up. You can really book the World Cup and there is interest. I will say this, sitting behind the counter all summer watching this and watching the bets come through and booking these games, people were betting it. I'm not going to say they weren't, but I'm with you guys. Soccer to me is something I've never caught on to, and I'm happy it's over.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, my kids are the most happy it's over. It ruined their Europe trip. My daughter wants to go party every night, and it's like, Dad, all they want to do is watch soccer. Although she made the rally in Madrid last night. She got there 2 hours before, and she partied till 5 a.m. So she was pretty happy. It was good. Was good timing there, to say the least.
Yep.
Joe, speaking of that halftime show, an incredible list of American talent they ran out. Robbie Williams, outstanding American singer. Justin Bieber, one of the top American singers you've ever had. And, of course, the incredibly talented American singer Shakira. And then you did add it to the 85-year-old grandmother known as Madonna, who's very relevant today. So, well done on the halftime show, America. I'm surprised you didn't put Shania Twain in there, a little Bryan Adams, maybe some Neil Young. Why don't you just make it every other country but your own artists?
The whole thing looked fake to me. The entire thing looked like it was pre-recorded, Art, and they just dubbed over AI in the background, and none of that was ever filmed as if it was live. It looked like
it was so weird.
It was so bad, like so bad. So,
but I saw the highlights of it. The highlights of a halftime show. That's where we're at. Okay, I'll give you guys a quick synopsis of my trip in a little bit. Let's get to some sharp. Last night. Do we discuss last night? WNBA Toronto Tempo played on Wednesday, Saturday. I didn't even know there was a Toronto WNBA team.
Most people don't.
No, I'll give you a quick recap. Last night was not good. A lot of favorites in baseball won. So when you get a lot of favorites,
the one I was on.
Well, a lot of big favorites and a lot of big name favorites won. So a lot of parlays hit last night.
There you go.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, I wasn't on a favorite last night. I was on Pittsburgh. They lost to the Yankees. Let's get into some sharp bets for today, Art to Caesar.
Sure. They're on 3 teams. They're on the Dodgers because they're looking at plus money. They're going to keep riding the Red Sox, 14 straight. And they're on the Angels tonight. Those are your 3 sharp bets.
Oh,
there you go.
Nice. All right. There you got it there, Art. And when does, WNBA, when does that all kick in? When does that, the player, where are we at in the season with the WNBA right now?
We're basically at the All-Star break. There are no games today. We're going to have, I think, a pretty full slate tomorrow, like 6 or 7 games.
And then,
so we'll have a lot of and then the All-Star game Saturday.
Game. Yeah.
And when they pick back up, I'm not 100% sure. So obviously they'll pick back up next week. But tomorrow's your last batch of games until the All-Star game on Saturday.
Perfect.
There you go.
Yep.
Okay, boys, let's get to our parlay of the day. I'll start right off the bat, and I'm going to go with one of your wise plays, Art to Caesar. We're taking a Ranger Suarez and the Boston Red Sox. They're playing Baltimore Brandish on the mound. It's a soft number at minus 140. You can get minus 133 out there as well, but minus 140 for the Boston Red Sox as they continue their torrid run. Joe? Art?
I'm going to take the Marlins. I think the Marlins, they've lost, 6 or 7 in a row. I think they're going to get back on track tonight. So the Marlins find their winning ways again. And they're plus money. I don't know, plus 118, plus 120.
Joe?
I am going to go over with the White Sox and the Texas Rangers, 8.5. Rocker versus Schultz. I think we get some runs there tonight, Art.
There we go. So real quick synopsis of my trip, and then we'll do predictive markets. Obviously went to play the main event, WSOP. I would have tweeted out if I did well. I didn't. I made it late into day 3, which I was, that was fun and all, but I lost, and I lost with aces. So I got knocked out of the World Series of Poker with ace versus queen 8. That is correct.
Jesus.
Ace versus queen 8 knocked me out. I then played the $3,000 event after that. I found myself all in. I had 10 king. He had 9-2. The flop was 9, 10, king. And I lost that one too. So it was one of those. It was one of those World Series of Poker or just poker trips where I was in good every time, and I just had really bad luck. But that is literally the variance of poker. It's how it works. It's the variance of sports betting. You win 10 in a row, you lose 7 in a row. This is how it works. Nobody can continue to run hot forever. It was a fun trip. I went to Utah, boys, and Art, I know you live in Vegas, and I'm going to ask you, have you had the pleasure of driving from Vegas through St. George, Utah, all the way through Bryce County, Moab, into Salt Lake?
Ooh.
It's like 1,000, probably 800, 700 miles.
I have not had the pleasure of doing that.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
I'm going to tell all of you guys out there, it is one of the most spectacular drives you'll ever make in your life. You can book 5 or 6 days to do it. Bryce Canyon, which is what my hat says, one of the most magnificent places on earth. On earth. Utah is one of the greatest topography places on the planet. There is canyons that you can't believe. Rocks the size of mountains smack in the middle of flat land. There is hoodoos. There is sandstone statues carved by God himself. It is, and it's super cheap, Joe and Art. Like a family of 4 can go on a trip through Utah, 7-day trip, probably be a quarter of the price of going to Europe or going to Iceland or something like that. Sure. And I cannot recommend it any more. It is one of the most spectacular places I've ever seen. What do you think, Art, the population of Utah is? What do you think? The whole state.
The whole state?
Yeah.
2 million?
Yeah, 3.5 million.
Wow.
Yeah. And there are some cities with a population of 4. The saloon built in 1893 is still there. It's really spectacular. Joe, predictive markets, Bitcoin's been doing really, really good right now. It's got an incredible amount of momentum currently. I've been telling everybody we're going to see a beautiful run in August. The run has begun, guys, and we're going to continue to look to take the over. 66.5, yes, 64 cents. I would take the over on all of those, guys. I think there is a chance we see over 67 by 5 today. There will obviously be a slight dip as it continues to increase, but I'm very bullish on Bitcoin moving forward, as I have told you guys that it was going to sort of hover around this spot until August, and then we're going to see a run. So I would look to be buying Bitcoin right now over even betting it on the daily Kelce markets.
Look at that, though. You're right. Big hovering around 65, and it's just been all up from there. So over 60, 66.5, 66.750, and over 6,700. All at 2 of those are plus money. So that's you get a rally here, Prez. That's going to be pretty impressive.
Yeah, and I think that's what we're going to see, Joe. Obviously we still have a lot going on with the war and with this and with that and whatnot. You want to hear something crazy, Art and Joe? And obviously this is not a show about war, but how many deaths do you think have happened in the Russia-Ukraine war?
Lord, I have no idea. Does anybody know?
I do, Art.
The way you say that makes me think it's very low.
Well, let's give you perspective.
Yeah.
Let's give you perspective. The Vietnam War went on for about 10 years. There were 115,000 soldiers killed in the Vietnam War. There was, I think it was 60,000 Vietnamese, 55,000 Americans.
Okay.
World War II had 17 million soldiers killed, which is
Yeah, I mean,
Where are we at with Ukraine and Russia?
I'm gonna say 1,000.
I don't even know how that gets reported, but I'll say I'll go 50,000.
2 million.
Oh,
Whoa!
The third most amount of deaths due to war in the
Wow.
history of the world.
2
And you
million.
don't hear anything about it.
Nothing.
Not a peep. Not a peep.
That's crazy.
Lord.
1.5 million Russians
Yeah.
have died in that war, and 500,000 Ukrainians,
Would not have guessed 2 million.
and not a word, not
Nothing.
a
Not a word.
word
Nope.
from anybody.
Literally
It's
not a word.
unbelievable.
That's
Unbelievable.
crazy.
That's why my guess was
Anyway.
1,000.
Yeah, right. It was either on the low or the extreme
Jeez.
high end.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Exactly. Oh
Yep.
my Lord.
That is crazy.
It really is shocking. Okay, what else
Yeah,
we got
it
in
is,
the
it
predictive
is.
markets, Joe?
Well, the biggest non-sport market that continues to get money, Art, is of course, where does the king
LeBron.
land? Does he? What team is he going to right
That's it.
now? And those are the 4 favorites. Obviously, 3 of those are in the East. One is out West.
Give me Golden State.
I don't think he stays out West, Art. I don't see any
I don't either.
reason for him to stay out West, even to play with Steph Curry and everyone else. I keep hearing it here in Miami. Even Pat Riley keeps talking about it. So
With Giannis.
yeah, where there's smoke, there's fire here. But I still don't know how Cleveland can afford him. But I don't know, Art. If you were a betting man, where does he land here? Yeah.
I'm with you, Joe. He's got to get out of the West because he can't fight OKC in San Antonio.
Yeah.
It's just he's not going to win that battle. At least in the East, you have a shot. He obviously has ties to Miami, he has ties to Cleveland. I know the Sixers are there and they're lingering, but they made the Brown move, and I don't know, with that young team, you want to throw LeBron into that mix. The Cavs and Miami at least are veteran teams, and he has connections there. To me, it's got to be one of those two.
I agree. I mean, I would play both Cleveland and Miami and just let it ride from there and see what happens here, because I just don't see any reason Prezi stays out West to compete with OKC and San Antonio.
Joe, instead of looking at it from that perspective, I'm gonna, you know what? Give me the no on Cleveland.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
I'm not going to go with a yes. Give me the no. He's won there already. He owes that city nothing.
With
no disrespect to anybody in Cleveland, why would you want to go there? I'm going with a no on Cleveland.
I don't hate that line of thinking either. And he's got to make a decision here at some particular point over the next, at least by August 1st, end of August, I would imagine. But listen, with Pat Riley still talking about him every day here on the news, it's like,
how old
goodness.
is Pat Riley?
Either he forgot, or I don't know what. He's 80-something years old now. I mean, and he's still crazy. So I would get it in, because that whole market is going to be driven by headlines. And every time the headline changes, that market is going to change. So in Philadelphia, hey, crazier things have happened here. Why not at 12 cents? But I think the market's kind of telling you, don't see him going to the Sixers with Embiid and company. Don't see that happening either.
I don't see that happening either. What about Kawhi and the Raptors? What a mess this is, huh? And now they might get stuck with having to take back. I mean, listen, half the world likes to take back some dick, but other than that, you've got Brandon Ingram having to come back. This could be a disaster, and they can't sign anybody. They want to bring DeRozan back. They got no room on the roster. They're in a complete holding situation
for this. Yes.
Yeah.
Which is absurd, since they've been investigating it for like over a year now. Like, what is taking so long?
The genius is Adam Silver comes out and says, LeBron James, can you make a choice already? You're affecting everything.
Correct.
Not a word about the Raptors. Who cares that they're completely stuck?
Drag it out. So true.
Anyway.
They're
Kawhi.
also
Anyway.
dragging out the schedule release because of
Yes.
LeBron.
Correct.
They need to know where he's going so they can like set up marquee games with him in it.
That's correct.
Would they be doing the same with an 82-year-old Larry Bird? I don't know.
No.
Like, there's marquee
No.
games with LeBron
No.
James. Like,
Of course.
have we not? Has that
Gotta-
ship not sailed anyway?
No.
And he's only going to
still
play in
huge.
50 of them anyway. So
Yeah.
what's the difference? I
Mhm.
mean, my goodness.
Anything else in the predictive market segment? Any big golf tournaments coming? Any tennis happening? Anything we need to discuss?
I think the majors are all done now. Are they not, Art? Or
There-
am
I think
I,
there's
Except
one
for
more.
the U.S. Open in
Yeah,
tennis.
there's one
yeah.
more.
Yeah, the US Open in
US
tennis.
Open in tennis.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
the end of that. My
Mhm.
goodness.
Yep.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Well, time to
is
dive into the
is-
NFL, people. Get ready for NFL and college football.
Well, Art, you going to stay for the NFL win totals?
Absolutely. I got some.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'll give you my favorite one.
Shoot.
Okay.
Tampa Bay under. And you know, the thing is, I just watched the Tampa Bay. I just watched the Tampa Bay documentary, Raise the Flag or whatever. And I also have just started the quarterback, which Baker Mayfield is part of. And I'm a real fan of Baker, and he's the type of player that I would want to be, a screaming, smack-talking lunatic wearing his emotions on his sleeves. But this Tampa Bay team is depleted. I mean, they were at best medium stake, like a medium team last year. They're going to be worse this year. And you got a better Carolina team, a better Atlanta team, a better New Orleans team. Tampa Bay's got a real tough schedule, especially late in the season. I like the team total under, guys. That's my favorite team total bet of the entire card. Art?
Well, let's start off with some sharp stuff. Some of the stuff that we've been seeing here over the last, 2 months since we've had win totals up, even longer. Public's on the Bengals over, so which always is going to equate to the sharps. Love the Bengals under 9.5. They were actually able to get some plus money there, so they were happy to do that. So sharps are on Bengals under 9.5. Again, the Broncos over 9.5. They were very popular last year with their win total, and it blew up last year, and it's blowing up again this year on the in this offseason. So they're taking Bengals or Broncos over 9.5. It opened at -110. Now it's -140. Also, New England over 9.5. That was opened at -125. Now open now at -150. So just to recap, sharps are on Bengals under, Broncos over, and Patriots over.
Joe, what do you think? I mean, we've just given out 4, including the Tampa Bay one, 4 NFL win totals. Any thoughts on any of them? I don't love those sharp bets. I feel like we're going to get a regression out of New England for sure. And I think we're going to see a really angry Cincinnati team. So I'm not loving those bets, Art, but I understand the thought process. Joe?
Yeah, I think regression for New England without a doubt is coming, but it's going to be hard, but they're going to screw it up. I just know they're going to screw it up. The Jets are going to win more games than they should, Art, and that's going to be a problem with Geno Smith. So then all of these draft picks and all their chance to get the quarterback of the future is going to go right out the window because they're going to win more goddamn games than they should be winning. What is their total now? 4.5, 5.5? Where are they, Art?
Yeah, they're right there at the low end, one of the 2 or 3 worst win totals.
5th easiest schedule in the league.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, the public loves the Giant over too. That's another one. Which doesn't shock me.
No.
Doesn't shock me. But
No.
I actually like the under.
They have
Their
a big
schedule is tough.
Look, the Giants have a big army of bettors behind them. But
No doubt.
I look at the Giants and I think to myself, where's the improvement compared to what I think Dallas is going to be like? Washington is going to be a beast coming into this year. And Philadelphia is basically as good as they just find ways. Philly.
So, Philadelphia, they're always good.
So we've got nothing to suggest that Jackson Dart is going to be, anything but a moment in time. And that doesn't say that he's not going to be amazing, but nothing to date dictates that he's some kind of monster. I'm not buying the New York Giants to the over. What about Arizona, guys? I mean, how many games are the Cardinals going to win, and can you name their quarterback?
No,
Jacoby Brissett.
You can't. Yeah. Well, I mean, you can't. You just really can't. But this is what? Mike LaFleur took over? Is that what it was? So basically, he's what is he, a Ram and McVay kind of disciple? That's who the new coach is going to be here. They have no quarterback at all. But long-term, not bad. You get to build your team from scratch, right? But with no quarterback and anybody who is everybody deciding, I mean, Jeremiah Love is not carrying Arizona to what? 5 wins, Prez? I think the total's 4.5.
No,
that's not going to happen. I think
they're losing 6 in division. So
yes, exactly.
Yeah, I was gonna say, look at their division. They're 0-6.
I mean,
correct.
And then I just want to talk about the New Orleans Saints really quick, guys. Tyler Show looks to be the quarterback coming into the year. I feel like they're going to be an improved football team. They've got a very fast defense, and they have a division that is, winnable for any of the teams ultimately.
Yep.
Do we see an improvement in New Orleans, or are they going to just suck like really badly again?
Art?
Well, I mean, once they went to the rookie last year, Shook, they had an improvement. I mean, they started winning games. They are in a winnable division, as you mentioned, Prez. That division, no one really stands out to you. Atlanta, Tampa, Carolina. I think Kellen Moore's a good coach.
Yeah,
they've seemed to draft well. And if it's not not that he's a one-year wonder because he played like 8 games. If he's not a half-year wonder, and this is the type of quarterback this kid's going to be, they can build on that. So I could see, there's probably going to be a lot of love for maybe them to win that division. You could see that.
Wow.
Well,
what's the odds?
They should. I mean, what's their win total? 7.5. I think it was
7.5. Yeah,
7.5.
Mm-hmm.
They are one of 6 teams that does not have a short week because they don't play a Thursday night game. They've got a bye after they play a game in Paris, and then they got a bye after that. So there's nowhere on the schedule, Prez, you can look at the Saints and be like, they're screwed. Short day versus a team with rest. They're literally going to have a rest advantage over just about any team that they play there if it comes down to it. I don't know. Raiders, Giants, Cardinals, that's who they're playing. Like, I can definitely see games. 8 wins there. Absolutely. Yep, without a doubt.
And the Raiders? Who's going to be their starting quarterback, Art?
Oh, we know that.
They say it's Cousins.
Yeah.
They say it's Cousins, yes.
They say it's Cousins, which is rare in these days when you draft a kid number 1. He normally starts right away.
Correct.
But the Raiders are, they're going with a different approach here. That doesn't mean we won't see Mendoza by week 3 or week 4. I mean, it could happen.
Yes.
But everything they are saying and all the local buzz around here is Kirk Cousins is going to start week 1.
Yeah. Yeah. Take the under in their win total. Okay. MLB rundown coming your way. Art, anything to promote, my brother?
No, listen, I'll be back tomorrow. We'll do some college football tomorrow. We got some college football week 0 and week 1 games that have already seen nice movement. So we'll jump into that. We'll give out, I don't know, like 6 or 8 of those games.
Love it.
So we'll do that. And obviously we'll jump into all the WNBA and MLB tomorrow.
Perfect.
There you go. Art the Caesar joining us, and we'll continue the show tomorrow. Brilliant. Love having you with us. Get the hell out of here. Joe, let's get into some business, brother. I'm on a 35-21 MLB run. Lost last night, did win the night before. Really seeing baseball, well. I got 1 play up today for my clients. Other than that, it's a soft day. Just 1 baseball play for me. What about you, bro?
Same thing. 1 baseball play, locked and loaded. $5 Tuesday. I believe, right? So best bets are just $5, and you can grab them both. In fact, head over to WagerTalk.com and grab them on both his page and my page right now there, Prez.
There you go, my brother. Let's do the MLB rundown. We're not going to have a mailbag section, but I will be here to end the show. You're up, my friend.
Here we go. Let's go. Running them down here, Prez. Some interesting games today. We're back at it in Philly with the Dodgers. Taking on the Wheeler, I believe. Zach Wheeler going, Robleski going for the Dodgers. Boy, got all sorts of runs last night, but Phillies cannot hit lefties at all. I think the Dodgers are going to get one back here tonight at plus money. You got the Twins and the Guardians, Rojas versus Parker Messick. It's going to be an opener day for the Twins there. I like the Guardians to get it done. Rays and Jays, Rasmussen versus Gaussman. Gaussman just not what he used to be there. I do think the Rays bats come to life again in that one. Yankees and Pirates, Bubba Chandler and Will Warren. I'll just keep betting an over here at this point if you're going to keep scoring runs like that. Orioles and Red Sox. Will the Red Sox get it done? Prez says yes. I say yes. I also like the over in that game. Padres and the Braves here tonight. I'm looking at an under here. Walker Buehler and Reynaldo Lopez, both bullpens good to go here tonight. Two of the best in the National League. I like the under 9. I think the Mets can bounce back against the Brewers here. Brandon Sproat on the mound for the Brewers. Giants and the Royals. I'll be looking at some runs in this one, especially early on, because both pitchers are a hot mess in this game. White Sox and the Rangers. Schultz and Rocker. I told you I like the over. I think the Cubs get it done against the Tigers. I think the Marlins bounce back against the Astros. The Nats and the Rockies. The total is 13, but it's Lorenzen and Mikolas. Still taking the Nats, though. Nats are a cash cow this season on the road there. Arizona taking on the Athletics. You got Perkins versus Drake. I'm going to take the under in that one in Arizona. And I like the Angels as well to handle business again against the Cardinals tonight, while the Mariners and the Reds with Chase Burns and Castillo likely going to be an under there tonight, Prez.
There we go, Joe. Thanks for doing this. Okay, guys. That show is in the bag. We'll be back tomorrow. Make sure to watch the best betting show ever. Real quick, we did not have a show yesterday. Our apologies. We had some technical issues. In the future, I will, and Joe will tweet out if there are no shows. There will be a show every day this week moving forward. Joe Ranieri, thanks for doing this, brother.
Well, we got them. Go get a $5 Tuesday, guys. Go take advantage of those. And don't forget, Art's got college football win totals for us tomorrow as well. You don't want to miss that either.